and it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. He's going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader. Vic, once again, back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Sinead's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side, is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW?
Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? It is Thursday evening, and we are live at the lovely Watkins Glen at the Tatuus Challenge Cup here at Phoenix Sim Sport. Before we get things underway, shout out to our affiliates at Asetek Sim Sport. So if you're in the market for some new gear, be it wheels or pedals, gear shifters maybe, head on down to Asetek, check out their store, grab what you want, fill the basket up, head down to the checkout and at the store. Enter the code Phoenix Sim Sport and you'll get 5% off on us. So yeah, we're back at Tatuus, and after a wonderful race last week at the Nürburgring, we are at the wonderful Watkins Glen. We are just waiting for qualifying to kick off very shortly. And yes, you're right, Mav. A joy to drive indeed. We do have Leo in the comms box with me this evening as well. He'll be with us very shortly when he can. But for the time being, we will just get things underway just a little bit. And by that, we'll just have a little watch of practice. And there we go, qualifying underway here at Watkins Glen. And we have Matt Pryor already heading out nice and early. It looks like there's going to be a gaggle of cars leaving the pits, some smoking up as they're leaving. Hey Brian, welcome to the party indeed. As you see, we have 10 minutes of qualifying and everyone's streaming out of the pits to get their laps in nice and early. A big switch up of liveries as well. So we've got loads of identifiable cars out on track. Currently with Matt right now, as he has Tom Flex looking to go around him. He also has Luke Lizama right there as well. Nestor has just joined us. So you have a car off backwards that looked like Tom at the chicane there. So not the greatest outlaps for Tom there. But we do have an array of tyres out on the grid. We've got a few running hards, got a few running softs, and we've got a couple running the mediums. It is Matt on the mediums, Tyre Whisperer as per usual on it, as we see another car. That is Luke going off in front of Matt there. So some of the cars really struggled with the tyres early doors. And definitely not the outlaps they'll be wanting to be setting. We do have plenty of cars on the track this evening as well. I do believe it is 18, 20 cars on track in total. We'll find out once quality is done and everyone's set a lap. But I do believe we've got near enough 20 cars on the track this evening. That's going to be a wonderful run here at Watkins. It's going to be action-packed for sure. As Matt is being chased up by Brisen. Ahead of them is Rico. He's well out ahead. It's opening at the rear end of this one, as we see Rico actually having a mistake there on his outlap, coming to the end of it into the pits. So a bit of wasted time there from Rico. There's Shinzo up to. He's got a bit of a gap between him, Luke in front and Rico behind. So Shinzo like the last one out on the softs. Maybe just trying to generate a bit of extra heat in those tyres. I hope we are doing alright for sound, folks. Do let me know if you need the desktop sound up. The good old Asetek sound. Let me just actually diddle a bit with that now quickly. Oh, your mixer. Throw that up. Get a bit more Asetek noise in there, why not, folks? So on board with Luke. No real standout times being set. Outlaps there. Matt with the only decent outlap. Let's see if the deltas work on this occasion. Tatuus just setting his out lap as well. So some guys are now going into faster laps. Nugget currently on 1. Running a second set of softs, so he's obviously not been happy on the first set. Same with Jake and Savkin. Michael Peck as well on a second set of tyres already. Yet to set a solid qualifying lap anyway. There's Matt Pryor, there we go, first one on the board with a 1:45.997 on the mediums, followed by Brisbane with a 1:46.2, so Matt off to a very good start indeed. So first relative times going in, then 1:48 from Gear on the softs, 1.8 off of the back of Brisbane. Let's see if McNugget can get a time in. Looking smooth so far. Miku into P3. Jake into P4. Miku on the hards though. 1:46.5. Savkin is still on an outlap by the looks of things. So everyone else still yet to set some times. James with a 1:47. Knocking Gear down to P6. So it's pretty close up there. Miku only 0.4 off of pole position at the moment. Oh, just over 0.5, sorry. And then James on the mediums, he's only a 10th behind Jake as well, who has set his P4 time on the sauce. Fiala up to P6 then, with a 1:47.1. And McNugget with a 1:48.9. And Tatuus, Shinzo out of the blue on the sauce with a 1:45.5 to take provisional pole by over 4/10 from Matt. So a blistering time there from Shinzo. Mav looks like he's running it out in his hot lap at the moment on the soft, so let's follow on board with the number 5 car and see where he can put himself on the board at the moment. So Shinzo on the softs, absolutely amazing. Rico on the hards, a 1:45.6. And then Matt Pryor on the mediums with a straight away with a clapback, 1:45.5 from the Tyre Whisperer. So keeping within hundredths of a second of Tatuus on the softs is Matt, so he's definitely in this shout. Rico actually did his on the softs, so it's all kicking off at the top.
Drivers are looking pretty quick today.
Hey Leo, how we doing? Yeah, they are looking pretty quick indeed. It looks like a very close battle up at the top indeed, as we see 419 doing a 1:45.1 on the mediums, knocking Shinzo down to P2, Matt down to P3, Rico down into 4th. So, yeah, looking all tight at the top. Miku getting pushed further and further down the order. He's now P9. Mav setting a 1:46.6 for P10 at the moment on the soft tires, though. So, yeah, all kicking off and changing here.
Definitely gonna see some good battles here, hopefully today.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like it's going to be tight at the top. Still 3.5 minutes of quality to go, though.
Anybody could still take pole.
It looks like it could be anybody's game at the moment.
We sure force in the top 3 today.
Oh, it could go anywhere. Shinzo definitely looking strong there on that one lap performance, but definitely not counting out Rico on the hards. Currently out on a run on the softs at the moment. As Mikael on the hards goes P3. Don't count him out. Miku was quick in practice as well, a lot quicker than what his current qualifying is, so don't count him. It could go anywhere, I'm going to be honest, Leo. Rico, Mikael, Matt, Tatuus, 419, Miku, all of them are within a shout of a win today, I think.
Yeah.
And if I'm to be known, isn't exactly a strong track for Shinzo either. He's not a fan of Watkins Glen, I hear.
He might be a driver to struggle around here, maybe, or maybe.
Well, we'll see at the moment. Second fastest, you know, and it is within tenths of a second between 419 and himself. So hundredths of a second, even. Sorry. So yeah, it could be, if he can keep it consistent. I think he's got a good chance today. He can bust that hoodoo he's had on his season so far. He's Sopen in the pits. He might get just enough time to go out. One more to go. 2 minutes on the clock. Savkin looks like he's done for the run. Jake Wardle looking to improve on P13 at the moment.
Mavericks up into P7.
Mab doing well. Miku on a struggle at the moment. P11 sitting. Can you believe there's 22 cars on the grid this evening?
It's gonna be a chaotic turn one maybe, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Now we're up to P12 then with a 1:46.5. And just Kirano end up still running those medium tires, 1:46.8 for now. So down P14 was doing well in practice, so this is a bit of a turnaround. Michael Peck down 20th.
I do have a feeling that Shinzo might get pole today, maybe.
He might just do it. Let's see if I can add just a few more drivers to the list. Right, if we have 22, that is our full list of drivers.
Oh, it was Miku got first. It's 1 minute 45.0.
Miku absolutely storming it to the top then, and the dying embers here of qualifying. Shinzo, he's given up. P3 for him. 4:19 still holding on to P2. Nugget in the pits. James at the end of his run. P11 Sopanen. He will get one more run in by the looks of it. 3 seconds to cross the line. 2, 1. He will just get another lap in and no more will Sopanen. So he will be the last of our runners on track to set a lap. Let's see if we can improve on P6. Yeah, very late run there from Sopanen.
Oh, Nestor up into P15.
Good run there. Mav sitting pretty in P8. Looks like he'll run the hards for this first 20-minute stint. Let's see if Sopanen can make any improvement. Still running set of soft tyres on his car. Mikhail only down in P5 though. I'll not be too happy with that. I'll tell you what, there wasn't much in it in the top. There's a tenth of a second between the top 3 cars. That's how incredibly close this grid's going to be this evening. It's going to be a great one. Leo, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be, yeah, very clean, hopefully, into turn 1 as well. We're gonna see plenty of battles as Rico took pole with a 1 minute 43.9.
Wow!
Definitely.
1 second.
Yeah, definitely impressing the like, he's setting like the top standard of like what he can set. And honestly, he's done well on a fresh out of softs.
It's a set of soft tyres compared to Miku on the offset hards, so that could play everything, because you're definitely not going to run the softs during the race. But yeah, I still can't take it away from Rico. What a lap. And Sopanen up to P6 ahead of Mikael. So it does make an improvement at the end there. So we do have some improvements across the board. And we're going to gear up for race number 1 as we see Savkin just popping into the pits there and into his pit box. So Riku will take pole position from Miku, 4:19 in 3rd. Then it'll be Shinzo in 4th, Matt in 5th. Sopanen takes P6, Mikhail in P7, Mav in P8, Prison in P9, and Tom Flex rolls out the top 10. It's James in 11th, Kirano in 12th, McNugget in 13th, Fiala 14th, Nestor down in 15th this evening, Jake Wardle in 16th. Savkin will take 17th on the grid alongside Gear in P18. Brian will head up Mikhail for P19 and P20. Then it is Luke Lezama and Mr. Potts who will be starting at the back of the grid today. So 22 cars to get us started here at Watkins Glen. It's going to be an absolute great one. And Kirano saying that he's did a poo-poo lap in the chat. So another good one from you then, Kirano. But we should be up for something real good. 30 seconds of the wait time. Then we'll have a 3-minute counter until the race begins. So we'll grab yourselves a drink, quick bathroom break, grab yourselves the snacks and necessities, because we'll be gearing up for race number 1 very shortly, and it's going to be an absolute stormer. 22 cars on the grid, and we've got ourselves one of the closest qualifyings we've had all season. So you don't want to miss this one, folks.
I feel like the first lap might be a bit chaos, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh, it's going to be chaos regardless. But we're going to be on board with it. And we are going to do our little grid walk this evening. Let's start off with Rico in P1. Alongside him is Miku in P2. That's 419. Great qualifying from him to start. P3, rounding up the second row of the grid, is Shinzo in P4. P5 is the tyre whisperer himself, Mr. Matt Pryor. Great qualifying from him, and he'll be looking to storm off the start on the mediums, make them last the race. Sopanen, starting in P5. He's opted for the softs. It says P5, he's actually P6 on the grid. P7, we have Mikkel. And then it's P8 for Mav in the orange, almost McLaren-like liveried car. P9 we have Brizzen, and then behind him, rolling out the top 10, is Tom. And again, it looks like he might be starting on the softs. Let me change before race start. James in P11, followed up by Jake Wardle in... It's Kirano, sorry, in P11. And then Jake will be P12. It's just going to be silly, isn't it, not letting me through the rest of the list. Yes. Then we have McNugget, Fiala, Nestor, P15, Savkin in 16th, Gear in 17th, Brian in 18th, Peck in 19th, Lizema, Mr. Potts will roll out the back of the grid. Yeah, it's being silly and not letting me run up the top of the grid as per usual. So we'll just do what we normally do, just go back to me. We still have a minute to go. It's going to be a good start, I think, ladies and gents. Good, that should see me out of the way. And we'll just also get some columns sorted out before we get going. We'll get rid of that, and there we go.
Do you think like strategy is gonna play a factor in today, or?
I think we're definitely gonna get. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a factor going on. That has to be said.
Because you got a few drivers on the softs and the hards.
There's going to be a few changing ones. Tom, actually, very strange to see him starting on the softs. It'll be a struggle for him for sure, but we're almost lights out here. We're going to stay on board with Sopanen. And lights out, and away we go for the Tatuus. We've already got drama at the start, at the back. Looks like it's Fiala, Gear, Tom involved in it as well, Kirano. So something kicked off at the back there.
Yeah, it looked like one car spooled off of a, like, didn't get out of his place in time, or...
Yeah, Tom...
Huge power loss.
Tom Kirano not having the best starts to the race at the moment. Gear is down to 21st. Brian up to P17. James in P10. And yeah, that was a bit of a messy start, wasn't it? On board with James though. P10. Looking at Maverick diving up the inside up ahead. Oh, nice and tight. Does make the move on Brizzen though. Brizzen's going backwards. Jake though up into P10. Great move up the inside from Jake. You see James getting a bit swamped now by McNugget and Luke going through. And we have Jake all over the back of Mav at the moment. So Miku ahead of Rico at the front, 0.3. So Miku getting the most out of the hard tyres to start with. And it's Shinzo a little further back, 419 Sopanen, as we see contact between Jake and Mav. Mav going backwards down the line. That is him down into P16. Not the start that Mav would have wanted.
I'm sure he'll keep his head nice and calm and, like, composed.
I hope so. He's going to keep going through it. What a tight pack we've got, though, at the moment. And it is...
Rico's battling with Miku.
There's quite a battle at the front going on already, as you said. Rico all over the back of Miku. He'll be wanting to get that place back.
Oh, is he going to go for it around the outside? Has he got the slipstream? Has he got the draft? He's going to go to the outside. Is he going to cut it back to the inside for a switchback? He tried it, it looked like, but Miku defending his position. Riku going around the outside, or just waiting behind for now. Now he's going to go for the move, maybe? He is. He's looking to the inside now. He is going to go for the move. Has he got the move? He has just got the move for now. Miku going around the outside. Who's going to come out on top into the braking zone? It is Riku in the lead of a race. Yeah, Riku in the lead of a race. Miku just trying to survive behind.
There's quite a bit of a battle going on here as well, but yeah, Rico getting the best out of Miku there into the chicane. A bit further back though, it's McNugget, Nestor, James, Savkin, they're all battling away. Mav's trying to make his way back up after his earlier spin with his contact with Jake. So he'll be doing his hardest to get back into the race. McNugget, however, sitting in P12 at the moment, half a second off the back of James, who is gaining all over the back of Savkin at the moment, and this is for P10. Savkin runs that a little bit wide. Looks like James may have a run on the inside, but it will become the outside there. Savkin comes across, and there's no way through for James, but he may have had the inside there, and there's contact, I think, and Savkin goes round. James up to P10. Savkin falling down the order there, and not the start he would have wanted from this race, but I think long chain of cars now lining up behind James, and the first one up behind him is McNugget.
He is going to go for it, maybe, into turn one. Yeah, on the outside.
McNugget did have the better run. It's going to be the inside here into the right-hander. Takes the move, but James is going to go very wide. He's going to try and come back at him. He's going to give the place back, though, as we see that Nestor's all over and about this as well. It's become a three-way battle here for the top 10. And Mav's not too far off the back of this one either, so it's getting a bit scrappy here.
Be a four-way battle.
We have Maverick has joined the battle as he is going to go up the inside of Nestor as we see contact between James and McNugget. James and McNugget off at the chicane. And James now falling down the order after that contact. Mav the big winner here, up to P10.
Oh, something's happened to him as he's dropped down to 10th.
Something has happened to Rico indeed. And he is dropping down the order, P13, so a mistake there from Rico by the looks of things. Was there contact? We missed that one. But it is Miku who takes advantage and takes the lead of this race. 2.1 seconds his gap to 4:19 in P2. And yeah, we need to figure out what happened to Rico there.
As Matt is pretty close to Shinzo at the moment in P4.
There's a battle up going ahead as Rico makes his way up the field already past Brian. He goes up to P12 and expect him to be storming back up the field in the next 14 minutes. Yes, we have got a battle up ahead at the moment. Matt all over the back of Shinzo. Into turn one, Shinzo has the inside line. Matt doesn't quite take it. He's going to have a nice run up though, and Shinzo looks to have dialed the car in nicely there on the exit. And off he goes. 4:19 is getting a little bit of a gap as well. 2.3 seconds to Shinzo now. It's 4:19 quite comfortable in P2 as we see Matt looking up the inside of Shinzo. What a move there from Matt. Using those mediums to great effect up into P3, but Shinzo's not over and done yet. Round the outside from Shinzo, just breaks it nice and early, places it on the chicane and keeps the position. It's a wonderful battle between these two for sure. It's just letting 4:19 get away, and it's letting Sopanen stay right on the back of Matt as well. Jake doing really well up to P6 at the moment. Mikhail and Brisen having a nice fight just behind this battle as well.
Oh,
So
There's
Rico,
another moment, maybe.
he has. He's back, and he's going definitely backwards as Rico. Not having a great time at all as our pole setter. Down at P16. Looks like he is battling with Savkin right now, yeah. Down for P16, so he's had another off by the looks of things, or he's had contact again. Not entirely sure, but yeah, from pole position as we see another car going backwards, that is Nestor off the road there. Yeah, not good for Rico at all, and he'll be extremely upset with how his race is panning out right now. Kirano, however, and Mr. Potts, they're having a good scrap for P12. And it looks like Kirano's got it from Mr. Potts. So a great manoeuvre there around the outside by the looks of things.
Is Sopranen gonna go for the move? He is 0.6 behind Matt. Now he's battling. Oh.
A mistake was made, however, by Sopanen perhaps. And there goes Mav. So Sopanen down at P9 right now. Well, Mav, the beneficiary of this. Sopanen obviously having contact somewhere up ahead. There's Mikhail all over the back of Jake. This is for P5 at the moment. Jake doing a really good job. Starting a lot lower down the grid. I think he started at like P11, P12. And for him to be sat there at P5 at the moment, as we're coming up to 12 minutes to go, just shows that he's got a lot of skill in that car.
As it does definitely show you how much like a driver have more race pace or quali pace in the car, or yeah, you might be better at one session and the other session you might not do as well.
That's exactly it. He may have just got the perfect setup for this car. As we noticed there, Mikhail doesn't have a driver. He's just a headless man, and he's back. But yeah, starting to swarm Jake a little bit now. I wonder if the pressure will be getting on at the young man's shoulders. And can he handle it? This Mikhail is no slouch at all. Gap at the front now, 4.4 seconds. Miku has broken away from 4.19, and he's leading Matt by 3.8 seconds. He was 2.3 from Shinzo, as we see Mikhail looking to make a move here on Jake down the inside up into turn 1. It's going to be easy done. Way before the turn. And up into P5 from Mikhail. As we see Shinzo going very wide up ahead as well. But a great little battle between him and Jake there. And Jake's not going to give it up too easily though.
He's trying to find the slipstream, and he is going to go to the outside, maybe? Yeah, outside. Or...
He's looking to get the side-by-side, the side draft. He's just behind Mikhail. I think Mikhail's just putting the car in all the right spots there. Ooh. Jake was kind of forced a little bit to the side, but that was close. Jake keeping it clean though. This is an absolutely fantastic battle for P5 at the moment. And look who's right behind. It's Brisen. So don't count Brisen out for sure. We just saw Mav coming around the corner as well. As Rico he had another coming together back down the order. He goes with looks like him and Carano had kind of coming together. Let's see if we can get a bit further down and see what's going on here. So what's going on with Kirano? Nestor's down in P18, so there's been something kicking on back there. Looks like we've had one retirement so far, which is Tom Flex. It looks like Brisen is now all over the tail end of Jake here. Is it going to be a matter of time for Jake slips down to P7, or can he mount a defence? He is falling off the back of Mikhail though, so he's starting to lose that slipstream advantage, and Brisen will obviously still have it, being so close to the back of Jake. Both running a little bit wide through turn 1 though. Mikhail really stretching the legs there up ahead in P4 as he looks to try and close down on the back of Matt. McNugget and Sopanen trading places. I wonder if the mediums are starting to fall away just ever so slightly with 8.5 minutes left to go. And does Brisbane keep the move? He does. Jake, though, all over the back end of Brisbane. Very quick through the chicane there is Jake. Again, Jake running those medium tyres.
Is he going to re-overtake P6?
It looks like Brisbane might have it on board with Jake right now. And he does have the speed still, does Jake? The 5-second gap to Maverick behind, so as long as he keeps it sensible, he's in for a good haul of points, is Jake today. You can say he's
using the slipstream, just tucking behind and waiting for an opportunity to come.
He's going to have to be careful. Those tyres will be screaming a little bit wide again from Jake. The hard tyres will be much nicer at the moment. Definitely that crossover period where you'd want to be on the harder sets of tyres, and it's starting to prove with the hard set tyres are starting to pull away from their medium counterparts, the ones that are still on track. As we will hopefully plonk down the order and get a little look at this battle going on between James and Gear at the moment. And James is all over the back of Gear. This is for P14. Gear just running a steady one at the moment, just doing his own thing. He's very much just trying to get up to pace with the Tatuuses at the moment and the track itself.
He did run a bit wide onto the grass.
Does a bit, and it's not going to be helped that he's got James all over the back of him. Well, Gear does look like he's got a nice little run there through turn 1 and 2, but James has got a nice slingshot coming up through the bottom of the hill. Is he going to be close enough to use it at all in the next braking zone into the chicane? Is he going to make a move, or is he just a little bit too far back? Here we come up to the braking zone now. Gear on the grass ever so slightly, but he cuts it nice. And no attack from James that time round, so they keep on going.
As Rico's back defending.
There's Brian right behind him as well. Looks like Rico's all over the back of Fiala up ahead, so Rico trying to make his way back into the top 10 again. And he's definitely got the pace. Rico absolutely has the pace as he looks to go down the inside of Fiala. Oh, touches the curb though, gets it sideways.
Slightly drifting as well.
You can almost see that Rico is driving angry right now. Trying to make up some places, but he's still got a big gap ahead of him, 5.7 seconds to McNugget ahead as we see another car going round. That was Rico. Again making mistakes. And down into P12, all that work he has just done, undone. A wee bit like my shoelaces going down the street. James, however, still closing in on the back of Gear, 0.5 of a second between those two. Though I'm going to jump to the front, because it looks like 490's had a little mistake, because look at that gap come right the way down. Matt is all over the back of him. And we are slowly running out of time here, less than 5 minutes to go in race 1.
Yeah, I feel like Matt might just get in 419 towards the end of this race with CFO, as yeah, the Tyre Whisperer is slowly but surely catching back up to P2. He is on the podium spot at the moment, so if he is going to keep safe, then yeah, he's just got to be lifting and maybe coasting, or just chilling in his spot.
It does look like Matt's just more comfortable even on the more offset tyre at the moment. The hard should be the tyre to be on right now, but Matt's proving otherwise, and he's closing in on the back of 419. Definitely not giving up at the moment. Fastest runner on the mediums at this current time. And it looks like Michael Peck that they are coming past at the moment into turn 1. Michael doing the very, doing a very nice thing and getting out of the way. He does not want to get in the way of the leaders ever so slightly. He's still on board with
The
Matt.
slipstream's going to be quite enough, maybe.
Oh yeah.
If-
Oh yeah. He's going to pull up. I think 419 just had a little bit extra at the bottom of the hill there. Yeah, you can see that gap is quite a bit bigger than it was the lap before. 0.7 of a second. So 419 stretching out a little bit. But Matt is not going to give up. He's got resolve. He's going to keep going. He's going to keep springing back like one of those really annoying doors. It hits you in the face every time you don't remember it's got a spring attached to it. Yeah, totally don't have one of them in the house. But Matt all over the back again. He just doesn't give up. He's quick through the twisty sections, is Matt. So I'm wondering if he's running a slightly more downforce than 419.
And if so, he's pretty good mid-corner, then I would just play the patient game, really, as Matt is probably doing now.
Let's see, Rico is still battling away. Looks like James has had an off somewhere down the line. James has had an off. Nestor up to P16 then. Quiet race from Nestor, just doing his own thing there. Gator in P13, Brian in P12. Then it is Fiala. And then it is Rico, 7.1 seconds off the back of McNugget. And Mav running his own little race at the moment, P8, after his early spin with Jake. He's sitting there in P7. Then it's Shinzo. Again, kind of just doing his own thing at the moment. 2.5 back to Jake, and then it's 2.8 up to Brisen in front. And Brisen's obviously got himself a nice wee gap out the way. He's coming up to Michael Peck for the lap as well.
As Matt is slowly but surely, like, falling behind 419, if he's just keeping it nice and chill at the moment, or relaxed.
A minute and a half, maybe he's lining him up for a last minute maneuver, or maybe he's just happy that he doesn't want the tyres to completely fall off right now. You know, Mikhail's not too far behind, 3.6 seconds, so one mistake and that could be it for Matt. He'd lose his podium. They're not catching Miku, and you never know, he could have a better run through the pack in race 2. So I think he'll be happy with the podium, P3 especially. I think he'll be happy. You know, I know he thinks he can go for P2, but yeah, I think the sensible option is to just sit where you are, take the P3, and just cut through the pack nice and quickly in race 2.
Yeah, as there is 2 races today, and yeah, more points up for grabs, so yeah, it would make sense.
It will be, and we're going to go on board for the last lap with our race leader. It's Miku, and he's been absolutely dominant so far. Not a foot wrong. 11 seconds in the lead. I said it again in practice. He was angry. He wasn't happy. I said he's going to win a race. It's a Matt sensible question mark. It looks like he is. I say that the gap has come down to like 0.3 of a second. Matt, what are you doing? This is not in the script. You're not meant to do this. He is going to battle. I do want to stay on board with our leader Miku though. We'll get back to Miku as he comes across to the finish line. He is miles ahead at the moment though, 11 seconds. But yeah, this is... Matt, you're just so close. Just not close enough. 419 just keeping that distance.
Doing some great defending as well.
Yes, yeah, 419 just placing the car in the right place. He's not made any mistakes either, so kudos to him. Absolutely solid driving from everyone at the front so far. Not a single foot wrong, and these guys are having a ball to show for it. Rico, though, however, having a rough one. P10 from the pole setter. He is 2.1 seconds behind McNugget, but running out of time to make anything of it. Kirano and Savkin battling as well, down in P13, P14. But it is time to get on board with our leader as he starts to round the final corner. And there he is. Race number 1 of the night has been won by Miku and won by absolute style. So it'll be Miku who will lead from 419. Who will lead from Matt in P3. Mikael will take P4. Prison will take P5. Tatuus, yep, Shinzo in P6. Jake should take P7 for sure. He will. Matt will take P8. Good run from him. McNugget, can he hold on to take P9 from Rico? Coming around the last corner now. It will be P9 from Nugget. Rico in P10. He'll be hard done by with that one. Fiala will take 11th. Gear, not too far behind, will take P12. A good result for Gear there. Savkin looks like he'll take 13th. Kirano right behind him, looking to make a move into the last corner. Both of them hitting the wall. And it is 13th for Savkin and 14th for Kirano. Nestor with Brian there. This will be P15. And it will be Nestor who takes it. Brian will take P16. Mr. Potts and James still battling hard as well. They've still got a couple of corners to go, so it could finish either way. And this is for P17. Mr. Potts currently holding on to it. Oh, James making all sorts of mistakes there. And it looks like P17 will be Mr. Potts. Steady laps there for Mr. Potts. And he gets to the finish line. And it's P17 for Mr. Potts, P18 for James there. And Michael, he's doing donuts, he's happy with his P19.
As Maverick is joining him on the donuts.
It is the race 1 donuts. I'll save them tyres for race 2, lads. Kirano in the chat saying that somebody was standing still in the start. 5 cars crashed into him. Choked PLM got spun out. Oh, rough one, Kirano. There was some good racing though. Some really good racing. Race 2 is going to be entertaining to say the least. Now we have Kirano right there. Sat off track. Yeah, race 2 is going to be interesting. Great race 1 there. Reverse grid coming straight back up, folks. And it's going to be an absolute doozy, I can tell you that. So stick by it. Go grab your drinks, take your bath and break. Do what you need to do. Because in a few minutes time we'll be kicking off for the second race of this evening. Reverse grid here at the Tatuus Challenge at Phoenix Sim Sport, and it's going to be a cracker, so don't want to miss this one.
I feel like Rico might go back to re-win it. Second race.
Well, he should start quite high up the grid for this one. Being he finished what, P10, so he'll start about mid-pack, so he'll have the advantage if he can keep his pace, if he can get through the traffic without having any incidents. But it just showed you how much of a rough race he had last time. Pulled by quite a margin. Great battle with Miku earlier on, and then something happened between the two of them, and it all went down backwards from there on.
Yeah, which was a bit unfortunate for him.
Yeah. So reverse grid can bring about anything, to be honest with you. It's going to be great. Slowest guys will start up the front, and the fastest guys will be at the back. That's got to be one of my favourite formats, it has to be said. Nothing beats reverse grid. So much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of a monster to get myself lubricated for race 2. So, yep, anything can go. We saw Miku with a great win last time out. And it was 419 in P2, and then Matt the Tire Whisperer in P3. Let's see if they can maybe cut through the pack from the back and replicate it. But we do have some faster guys that will be starting near the front in this race too, due to some mishaps and some just pretty unfortunate races. Well, unfortunate race and unfortunate incidents in race 1. The likes of Rico, who will be starting a little bit further up from everybody else. Shinzo should have a good run on this one as well, hopefully so. And Mikkel, he should have a not too bad starting place up the grid compared to a few of them. Then you're going to have the likes of Sopanen, Peck, Nestor. They'll get some good starts, hopefully. As we get ourselves into grid mode. Throw myself into the pits, and we're going to go on board with P1, and it's Sopanen. He'll be starting at the front, and that was a bit of a tactical one, I think. Peck will run alongside him in P2, and it's James in P3. P4 is Mr. Potts. P5 is Brian, P6 is definitely not McNugget. That'll be Nestor is P6. P7 is Kirano. P8 is Savkin. And P9 we have Gear. P10 is Fiala. Rico will start in P11. Mav in P12. Jake in P13. Mr. Tatuus, Mr. Shinzo in P14. P15 is there for Brisen. P16 for Mikkel. P17 for Matt. P18 for 19. And P20 there for Miku. Gear, I think it's a bit further back. We'll figure out the rest as they get started. Tom will be right at the back of the grid for this one, because he did not finish the first race. So who should we go on board with at the start? I'm thinking McNugget or Nestor. Kirano, let's go on board with Kirano to start this one. What do we think, folks? As we get ourselves ready for lights out, we'll be almost there in just less than a minute, and the cars will be running for race 2 here, reverse grid order, and it's going to be a cracker, so hold on to your hats.
Course on the second race.
Oh, it's going to be an absolute banger, this one. The guys at the back will be doing everything in their power to get through quick and efficiently. As I said, we've got some faster ones here at the front end, so anything can happen.
It could be like Nürburgring, where you have like 13 bot in the lead, dominant, and yeah, battles in the mid pack. Or
I mean, we're going to have battles all over the shop, I think, in this one. And it's going to be a lot of early doors fighting, because as much as there was a gap in the field, it wasn't by much. And here come the lights. Got 3, 4, 5, 6. Race number 2 is underway. And who got a good start there? Looks like everyone's away nice and neat in this one. Kirano then. Is there going to be any drama into the first turn here? Everyone looks like they're getting away quite nicely. Fiala going a bit wide there in the background. Kirano getting squeezed out. That's 3 cars there. Brian and Nestor.
It's going to be quite chaotic, going 3 wides.
Nestor there as well. Ooh, this is swarming in the pack.
To even make it 4 wide, maybe?
Oh, we've got cars off in the background. McNugget, Miku, Mikkel, they're all suffering. Because we've got more cars suffering here. That's a Savkin going the wrong way round. We've got cars off everywhere.
James in P4.
Rico is all up and about that. He's looking good, but there's a big gap already opening up. That's because there's been plenty of action and accidents back here. It looks like we're getting a race restart. Oh. So, all that action on the grid. And we are getting a race restart. What's that being said? 11 cars red flagged. So we've been red flagged for an 11 car accident here on lap 1 of race number 2. So we'll get another countdown. But yeah, what a start that was. And there was a lot going on. I think most of it was kind of kicking off around about Rico and Fiala levels, I'm not going to lie. So we'll kind of keep an eye here from the race start. We'll go on board with McNugget in the lovely blue and black liveried car. But yeah, interesting. Interesting.
We'll see if the faster drivers can make their way through the pack, or...
Oh, I think we're definitely going to see some of that. There's a tight and twisty start of the sector here, but you can definitely get some moves made up into the chicane and up the hill sector. Turn 1 especially, if they're just sensible. But we'll have to see how this pans out. Less than 2 minutes to go now. There's a field of 21 cars this evening here around Watkins Glen in the Tatuus Challenge. And what a sight it is to see. Reverse grid here for race number 2. We've had a restart. Safety cars. Safety cars.
A red flag.
The spare car. I was looking for the term. It's been a long time since I've heard it, or let alone you had to use it. The spare cars are out after a red flagged start to race number 2. So let's hope, fingers crossed, we get a better start to race number 2 this time round. Minute to go. What do you think? Good start this time round?
I feel like it might be slightly cleaner, maybe. I don't want to jinx anything, but I feel like it is going to be action-packed this time, with drivers maybe going 4 wide into maybe a few corners, and then some might back out.
Well, this seems to be the problem when you've got faster drivers at the back, slower drivers out front. It seems to be a very close. It happens a lot in the second races. That concertina effect seems to close up real quick, and space runs out on the track real quick. You know, it's a bit like cement. It just suddenly it's just rock solid, and you're not getting through it. But the lights are coming on. We're gonna get ready for our second attempt at race number 2 here. On board with McNugget as the lights go 3, 4, 5, and 6. How long are we getting held for this one? Lights out and away we go. Bad start from McNugget there as Jake looks to get a good one up the inside of Mav, but Shinzo was coming down the middle there. Peck down the order. We're going to get more behaving Tatuuses around the first couple of corners. No, it looks like Savkin's gone across the track. Oh, we've had a bit of bumping and banging, so Savkin, the first victim of that one. Spearing off into the barrier. And McNugget dropping down the order. Oh my goodness. Oh, we've got a major accident here. Major accident in race 2.
Is it going to be another red flag, or...?
There might have to be. Miku caught up in that one. Brizin, Mikkel, Tom. That was a severe crash, that one. Multiple drivers involved.
Was Maverick involved in it, or...?
It looks like it was 419. Maverick getting away from that incident, but he does have Matt all over the back of him. This is for P12 right now. And he just kind of lets Matt go there. Not his fight, he says. But the fight's a little bit further up. Are going for it. James making his way past McNugget at the moment. Jake Wardle's all over the back of this battle, which is between Gear, Shinzo, and Brian. And there's Jake getting involved. And we see Fiala and Nestor going side by side up ahead. So all kicking off here in lap 1. And it's anybody's game, I think. Oh, Jake into the wall there. And Gear hanging on quite nicely to P8. We go on board with Shinzo at the moment. Oh, there's a mistake from Nestor. Shinzo gets it easy. Michael Peck up ahead. Fiala looks like he's made the move through on him as well. So a wild start here to race 2 as Fiala dives down the inside of Shinzo. Oh, all over the inside.
Oh, Shinzo has got a switchback on him.
Yeah, an absolutely mad move from Fiala there. And Sopanen is out in the lead at the moment. Cariano in P2, Michael Peck in P3. So good run from Peck at the moment. As you can see, Shinzo, getting sworn by Nestor and Fiala. It comes in at the breaking point. Who's behind him? It's Fiala. And Nestor's there on the inside as well.
Is Shinzo going to go for the move? He is close enough.
All 3 of them are close right now.
He goes for a scent. Ooh, it's a close one.
Fiala coming up the inside. Oh, Shinzo off wide, and it does let Fiala through then to P5. Oh, Shinzo making all sorts of his own pressure. Ah, mistake. Fiala into the back of Nestor, which sees Shinzo in the back. Peck's gone round. This promotes Jake up to P3. Shinzo up to P4. So
did Shinzo get some damage though?
I don't think there'd be damage there, but certainly something went on. But yeah, not the best of things to happen. But Jake up into P3, good little run there. Kirano and Sopanen kind of doing their own thing out in front at the moment. Gap 5.6 seconds between Kirano and Jake. But I can't see Jake hold on to that for very long. Shinzo down the inside of Jake. He's going to get the run here.
Trying to use the draft as well to get in front.
Absolutely. It looks like he's got him here in turn 1.
Yeah, great move from him. Jake trying to maybe stay behind, trying to keep calm and knowing that this race isn't over just yet.
Oh, still
Staying
plenty of time.
composed.
16 minutes to go, and that's what I'd be doing, as I'd be using Shinzo right now to pull my way up towards P2, because we know Shinzo's got pace. So if I were Jake, I'd just hold back a little bit and just use Shinzo to just tow you along. The less you two fight, the quicker you'll catch up with the leaders. Oh, wrong button again. So we have a Nestor at the moment struggling. Down in P19. Michael Peck down in 18th after a strong start. Mikkel down in P16. And he's behind Mav.
Oh, Soapman might have to defend as he's been put under pressure.
Yes, a lot of these drivers not really making much progress through in the early stages. Only P12 for Miku at the moment. Mind you, they were involved in that heavy early accident. 419 all over the back of James. Looking to make a move down the inside, and that is for P7. James making a little fight back, but I think 419's got this. And Tom has retired from the second race, so it's a double retirement from Tom Flex this evening. So it'll be at nil point on the boards.
Yeah, it was a battle for P1, 0.1 seconds. Oh, he has got the new fastest lap as well, as he's going to go down the the inside, but it didn't really work out for him in P2. Can Soapman defend his position, or will it go the way of P2? Down the main straight, they're currently going to go down. He goes to the outside, which is going to be... Oh, that's a voice crack.
It does get exciting. Who's going to make it down to the braking zone? Kirano tries the outside line. It's not going to be there, but he's going to try and make it up on the exit. We're going to quickly switch back because Matt might make a move on Jake down the inside here at the chicane. He tries his luck, gets him round the outside under braking, but is Jake going to cut him back? It's tight. The both of them just give each other just enough space. And Matt does take P4. And he's absolutely on one. Miku as well is on a flyer. He's caught right up to the back of McNugget. So it's all kicking up Mars. So Miku finding pace now. And it'll only be a matter of time, I think, before he's past McNugget. But yeah, the grid's kind of splitting up a little bit. Mav down in P15, still battling with Mikhail there. Mikhail having a rotten second race here as Miku looks to go around the outside of McNugget. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Give each other just enough space, and it is Miku who goes around the outside.
Soapman's going to also have to defend. Ooh, it was 0.1, but now it's gone down to 0.4. As the battle is getting pretty intense.
Let's have a look at our leaders opening. Yep.
Second time for the charm. Can he go for the move in P2? Will he defend like a lion, or will he go full attack mode? It's all or nothing. Not at the moment. Towards the end, it's all or nothing.
Well, we're looking at this at the moment, and you know this battle's really close. Shinzo is catching the pair of them, not very fast, but he has over the last couple of laps gained a second on these two, 1.2 seconds even, and then firing up behind him is Matt. So Matt's on an absolute charge at the moment in P4. As this battle rages on, it's allowing the others to catch up behind. As James and Brian are battling for P7. James just getting the upper advantage of Brian there, and that's going to leave Savkin and Brisen involved in that one. Yeah, this battle at the front still going on strong. And we have
Brian's looking a bit close to James.
Yeah, Savkin getting in on this one as well, and as is Brisen. Miku's starting to catch up on this little pack.
And one's gonna be defending. The other one's gonna try the outside line. The outside line is gonna be working for Savkin, whilst Brian is gonna be defending, as now he's gonna be attacking for P8. Can Brian regain P8 whilst Savkin is gonna be defending for a P8? Can it go the way of Brian or Savkin? Oh, Savkin hits the wall slightly, as now Brian's gonna be defending for P10, and yeah, lost 2 places there. A bit unfortunate for him.
Tough battling indeed, and he has got Miku closing up behind him at a rate of knots as well. So it's not going to be long before Miku gets his nose involved in that one. It looks like James is just managing to clear his nose ahead in P7 right now. Still almost over half, well, it's still just over halfway of the race to go. 10.5 minutes remaining. And that battle at the front starting to slowly extend in favour of his opponent. 0.8 of a second between him and Cariano now. And that gap between him and Tatuus, Mr. Shinzo, sticking about the same now. 4 seconds, and Matt Pryor closing in on Shinzo for P3. So that battle is coming into play very shortly. 4:19, still within a second of Jake Wardle, and then that's for P5. But we're watching this battle at the moment for P7. Savkin catching up to the back of James here.
He is slowly putting that pressure on.
He is.
When will he think?
Whoa!
Ooh. Is that Rico?
That was Brian. We just saw Brian going around there under his own speed. Rico, though, catching up quickly behind Miku. So Riku's on a charge. That'd be a good fight to watch. Brisen then all over the back of Savkin, who's all over the back of James.
Definitely one to watch here.
This has been an absolute great battle. Watch this one. You see Miku and Rico are going to get spicy real soon. Miku actually coming off the back of Brisen a little bit in pace, so maybe a mistake there from Miku.
Oh, he is close. 0.3 at the moment. Ooh,
yeah,
completely wide there.
Very wide indeed. Yeah, Rico is setting fastest laps now. And he's setting them and setting them and setting them. So all over the back of Miku as we're watching James and Savkin going around the top of the hill side by side. And who's going to have it up into the chicane here? And it looks like James will have the inside line. Savkin just tailing off a little bit here. And that looks like a mistake that lets Brisen through. So a mistake there, and Brisen then runs wide. Here comes Miku. And he'll want to get through this quickly with Rico right behind him. And we're going to have a three-way battle into this narrow complex. Miku having to take the outside wider line here. Is he going to get the power down up against Brisen? He does. So it's just Savkin yet to go for Miku. Oh, it's getting a bit tangly close there. Rico coming into shot as well up behind. Not the greatest of exits from Miku. And this is
let's go for slipstream. Can he go for the send? He
James.
Probably is going to go for it.
It does look like it.
Oh,
what a move by Miku there down the inside of Savkin. But look at that. Rico all in about this battle now. And can Miku do something to catch up to the back of James, who's now got a 2-second gap to this? Rico with an absolutely stunning line there up the inside of Brisen. He's going to get him on the second left-hander here for sure, unless Brisen can hang it out right. And no, he cannot. Riku up to P10. Savkin right in front of him. And will Savkin... Oh, this is going to get real spicy.
Oh, he is going to go for the send. It's going to be a late move. It is going to be a late-ish move. He goes up into P9. Rico getting a move on Savin, but then Savin going to go for the move once again. He gets himself back up into P9 and he says thank you very much, as Rico's going to say nope, thank you so much for making me back up into P9, as they're just trading positions of this Ray, both losing time. They are going to go maybe too wide into the corner. they tried it, but it didn't really go too well for
Savkin
them.
gets it out on Rico, yeah, and this is putting Brisen right back on the tail of Rico again. This is playing into Miku's hands. He's going to nicely catch up to the back of James, which I believe he has right now. He has on board with Miku, all over the back of James as we watch 419 and Jake battling up ahead.
There's a new race leader.
There is. It looks like Sopin has made a mistake falling down the order, and that puts Matt Pryor and Tatuus all in about it. There's going to be a good battle up at the front here. Sopin has left. Something's happened. Our race leader has lost connection, left the server. Something's gone on, and that promotes Kirano up there. Matt Pryor all over the back of Shinzo. We'll have to go into that battle very shortly.
Jake is also on 419. Ooh, he is going to go for the send. Miku on James. Miku's got for overspeed. And maybe James at the underspeed. One going to the inside. Miku has probably got a move. He has got a move up into P6. A great send into turn 1. Slightly running it a bit wide, but he got the move done, and he'll be loving that move.
Yep, nice move there by Miku, up another position as we're watching Rico go up the inside of Brisen here towards chicane. There's a lovely move by Rico up to P9. Can he hang on though this time? Brisen going to try and make a slingshot back. He is not. Rico with a nice line there. And now just got Savkin to chase down. Miku 0.8, 0.6 behind Jake already. So he is catching nice and quick, but guess who else is catching? It's Matt Pryor all over the back of Shinzo. 0.4 of a second, and they're only 1.2 seconds behind Kirano as well. So this battle for the lead is definitely not over. 4 minutes left to go in race 2 here. And it's still very much all to play for as... going back down, it is indeed Miku taking P5. P4 is very much still on the cards here then as he goes off to chase 419. Jake into the wall. And it looks like everyone else into the wall behind him as well. There's a little concertina of wall bashing going on. Oh yeah, can 419 hold off against the rampaging Miku? Who's on a bit of a charge right now. Down the order, and it does look like Rico is going to go for a move down the inside of James on this one up to P7, and it is Jake Wardle next up to catch. Everyone going a little bit wide through turn 1 there, but now up.
As they're just kind of taking the NASCAR lines.
There's a little bit NASCAR, isn't it? But a good little battle here in the mid pack for sure. And it is Savkin, Brisen, James, who's fighting back against Rico. Look at this on the outside from James. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Rico's going to try and get him under braking contact going into the chicane between the two of them. And it is Rico who gets the beneficiary line out of that one. Savkin and James go side by side. Savkin getting past James. And it looks like Brisen's going to try and take a shot down the inside of James there, so he's lost out big time on this one. Oh, he just backs out of it, does Brisen, and lets James through. Rico now starting to chase down the Jake Wardle.
Three-way battle as well, behind and in front.
There is. And Miku is all over the back of 419. And then there's that battle at the front, which we will get to any minute now, because that's going to be an epic one. Will Miku get 419 early? Obviously Rico and Jake in the background go for it. Up the inside goes Miku, 419 running wide, and up into P4. What a drive from Miku. But this is the battle we want to see. It's the top 3, and they're going into the final laps at the moment.
Not
Kirano.
far separated between them 3.
It's been a real close run. It has. Lap times are pretty much trading lap times at the moment. Shinzo is running quicker than Kirano though. And we may just get another lap after this one. It looks like we will. And it does look like Shinzo's going to try and attempt the lead. He does. He's ahead of Kirano before they get to the chicane. Will this battle then hold them two up and allow Matt in? We'll just have to see. As he's fallen down a little bit. Again, those mediums. Kirano dropping back down behind Matt. So something's happened to Kirano there. Maybe a bad exit off the curves at the chicane. But down to P3. Shinzo off into the lead then. And that is a 1.6 gap to Matt in P2 with Kirano down P3.9 off the lead. And then
419's getting very close. So
I about to say, yeah.
He's gonna go for it.
He's not giving up on P4. And Rico, he's definitely not giving up either. He's still very much in and amongst this battle. We're going to go a little bit further down because it is McNugget versus Mikkel at the moment. This is the battle for P11. McNugget up, just trying to hold it on the inside, forcing Mikkel to go round wide. And it looks like he's going to try and make a run towards the chicane. McNugget moving across and braking, I think, a little bit there, but we'll see. Just looking at completely hold off. Shinzo 1.8 seconds ahead of Matt, who's 1.7 ahead of Kirano. So it looks like it's all set up at the front. We're actually going to go to the leaders because it looks like... Where are we with Shinzo? This will be the last lap. We'll follow him along.
As he's had a great race so far. He's started towards the back or the midfield.
Shinzo was about, yeah, he was about, I'd say midway up the back end of the grid after race one. But he's just had a strong one. Matt, though, Matt's had an absolute fantastic drive. Kirano definitely have the advantage of his grid position over the other guys. Still a very respectful P3 as it stands. Miku, though, starting right at the back, P4 and closing in on the leaders. So despite fighting through everything, still catching up. Rico then getting past 419 for P5. And that's going to be an interesting battle at the end. Will he catch Miku in time? That's the thing. 1.1 seconds the gap. And we're watching Shinzo right now as he starts to go around the last couple of corners here at race 2, Watkins Glen in the Tatuus Challenge Cup. And what a victory this will be for the returning Frenchman. Had a bit of a losing streak of recent, but not anymore. Shinzo comes through a win, race number 2, and win it in some style. So Shinzo P1, Matt in P2, Kirano in P3, Miku is going to hold out for P4. What a drive there from Miku. Rico with a nice comeback, P5, 419 will take P6, Brizin will take P7 ahead of Jake, who will take P8 from 9th. 9th will be James, Gear will take P10, Safkin 11th, Mikhail right behind him in 12th, then it'll be Mav in 13th. McNugget was 14th. Nestor will be 15th. Behind Nestor is Fiala. That'll be 16th. And then Michael will be running out the back of the grid. But, oofed. What a second race that was.
Yeah, so much action and yeah, some great overtaking from what we saw. As yeah, so many drivers doing donuts, which we love to see.
Oh, we definitely love to see it. And we just saw some absolutely class action racing. We do have a driver that is awaiting to talk to us, so we'll bring in one at the moment, and there is another one. Aha! So we'll bring him in the commentary box. Anyone else? We do have another one. Hello, good evening, and another one. Oh, everyone's all chatty tonight. You could have thought we had a good race on. Right, is this everybody?
Oh.
I think this is everybody.
Probably, yeah.
We'll find out in 5 minutes when someone's like, you haven't got me in the commentary box, I didn't see you. Right, so, wow. A couple of absolutely fantastic races there from the Tatuus boys. Race 1 was absolutely mental. A bit of drama in race 2, a red flag, but yeah. Where are we going to start? We've got a choice because we've got some absolutely amazing drivers in there. Kirano, let's go with you. Great qualifying, not so great first race. Great start in the second race. Probably not the finish you would have wanted. Do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, I guess I didn't practice, so I was quite happy with my lap times. But then I got P14, so it wasn't very good. Race 1 was a bit unfortunate, but race 2, I got like 4 positions in turn 1, so I was gaining a lot. And yeah, I was P1, but yeah, my pace was lacking due to no practice, so I'm fine with P3 for now.
So. Definitely take that with no practice then. So you're looking, obviously, coming back next week with a bit more pace, maybe?
Yeah, maybe I'll practice a bit more, yeah. I have time now, finally.
There we go. Bit of a gauntlet laid down. Get a little bit of practice, and it could be a runaway. But yeah, some good results for you this week then. Unfortunately, it wasn't better, but these things happen. But yeah, especially a good run in the second race. So congratulations for you there.
Yeah, thanks.
Next up, we have a man on a bit of an upturn of fortune. It is the one and only Mr. Shinzo. A bit of a battering in the first race, but a comeback in the second race. It's been a while since you've seen the top of the podium, hasn't it?
No, same as usual, but I don't feel the good way like I wanted to. Just realized I'm losing space race after race.
But it's the top spot, Shinzo. It must feel good,
Yeah,
does it not?
we all know if all the kind of accidents that happened to Ricos and Marcella wouldn't have won the race.
Oh, so negative on such an amazing day for you. This could be the start of your comeback. You should be happy. You should be motivated. Yeah, you're coming back.
Not for the moment. I'm waiting for a couple of races till I can count that I come back. But for now, just keeping like that.
Keeping your head in the clouds, I see. Just keeping yourself nice and mellow, and making my life as an interviewing commentator an absolute living hell. This is why I love you, my man.
Sorry.
You're like that in the grid walk. We just find that one emotionless character that Brundle speaks to. It's just like, oh, this hurts. This hurts so much. No, you're all good, man. But yeah, a good drive for you in the second race. Are you looking to emulate this one again next week? Are you looking maybe still back at the top of the podium?
Yeah, just try to improve. I mean, the 3 weeks without racing definitely hurts me a lot. So now that I get into race again, I try to be on the top again, like I've used to be before, because like P last is not the place that I belong to.
Here you go. That's what we want to hear. That's a spirit. You're back in the game. You're going to try and regain your championships. That's what we want to see. We want to upturn the sad French man and turn him into a happy French man. That is our end goal. But thanks for joining us there for that one, Mr. Sad Frenchman, and hopefully we can make you happy very soon with some more results. But we shall move on, and it is the one and only Mr. Matt Pryor, the Tyre Whisperer himself. What an absolute bloody set of races you've had this evening.
Yeah. I don't really know, like, how. The race just, like, the first race just kind of landed in my hand, and then the second race, I was ready for us to do another restart, and then I kind of gave a wiggle in front of Mal saying, "Are you restarting?" And he said, no, keep going. I was like, oh, but I'll just carry on driving then. And I was like, oh, I get a podium here. That's good. So yeah, it was a good race. It was fun.
Yeah, that second race, you definitely went through the pack. You were like a salmon going up the stream through that one. It was beautiful to see.
And yeah, I mean, congrats to Tatuus. I did kind of, unfortunately, I think due to the chaos at the start, my tyres had just gone over the edge, so I couldn't quite get it within the sort of 4 or 5 tenths which you need to be in. But yeah, it was probably about as good as I could have got, to be honest.
Well, definitely a congratulatory run for you. Points all around, some good points, and a nice shiny podium for you as well. So definitely your week, my man. But yeah, well, we'll be looking forward to seeing what you can do next week then, if you can step another place higher on the podium. But we will shuffle along a little bit too, as I thought this was going to happen. Man, the angriest man in practice, fastest man in race 1. It's Mr. Miku. How are we doing?
I'm doing fine for the time being, albeit not exactly pleased with the result,
I mean,
especially with the second run.
yeah, well, I mean, you can't be. Well, how can you not be happy with a P1 in race 1? But yeah, probably not the greatest second run, but still P4. You did make some good progress, and you were clearly one of the faster guys on the track. So, was it just the traffic that held you up, or was it the big pile up I saw at the start of the race?
Well, there were actually 2 pile-ups. The first one, yeah, really did hold me up, put me dead in the back, pretty much. And then a few laps later, there's another small pile-up, and I unfortunately get caught in it and get sent back a bit further. In the end, I finished about 12 seconds off.
You
the
weren't.
lead,
You were closer than that.
Well, around maybe 10, 11 seconds, but when I had the incident in that second pile-up, I think I was about 25 seconds off the lead.
According to my timings, you were 7 seconds off the lead. On the last lap, the last corner, you were 7 seconds off P1. You were closing at a phenomenal rate, Miku. You weren't that far off the front, mate. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
any consolation to your race, but you were almost there.
Well, it was quite a scruffy run, I must say.
Yeah.
Like these reverse grids, they're fun if everyone can handle them correctly, but in this case, that didn't happen, and unfortunately, quite a few pilots had to bite the bullet. Especially
Yeah.
Rico. I feel sorry for him, especially what happened in the first race.
Yeah, Rico had a dull race 1 and race 2. That was very a shame to see. The pace was there. Definitely had race winning pace today, but obviously just having some collisions and some not good times, which is a bit of a shame to see, because that could have been a real podium tussle at the end.
Yeah, and I also feel sorry for Sopinen as well.
Yeah, I did see him. Was that a bit of a rage quit? I was wondering why he wasn't in my com box tonight with these.
Yeah, he's not exactly in the best of states following this run.
Oh dear.
Like, I know, like, the first run he was pretty much at the back, because he had a few hits there and there, and he had to stop for fuel, fortunately. And then second run he was doing quite well in the lead, and then no idea what happened. Either he dropped it or he got taken out.
Yeah, I did notice him
Stewart-
dropping off, and I was like, oh dear.
The stewards are going to be very busy tonight, I can definitely tell that.
Yay! Yeah, especially after the first couple of laps for sure in race 2. But yeah, a shame for a couple of the drivers. But we'll be back next week though. A bit more positives for next week. You are with us for next week, aren't you? Still, Miku?
Yeah, for Imola I'm still there, but for Valunga I'm not going to make it.
Right. So we still have you for Imola. So that is lovely and good.
Yeah, and I will be there for Hockenheim and Monza.
Ah.
2 runs.
There you go. Championship still very much alive, and a possibility for you to come away with this one this season. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Unfortunately, the result of the second run didn't exactly help in terms of pulling away, but
Mikhail didn't exactly have a great race himself either. His points haul this evening was not ideal, so either way, it was still a bonus for you. You still walk away on points a little bit more. So
yeah, for now.
For now.
It's going to be interesting to see how the one-stopper is going to play out at Imola.
Oh yeah, that's
And
going to
then
be
it
an
can-
interesting one.
And then it's just a case of seeing how everyone else is going to do in the midst of those 3 runs while I'm out.
Well, we'll definitely have to see what happens. Anything can happen. We've definitely seen it this week. The grids can change a lot and very quickly here in Tatuus. And it's going to be the same tomorrow night, I feel, for the MX-5s. And that's going to be another one that you don't want to be missing. It's going to be action-packed from start to finish in both races. But for us at the Tatuus tonight, another wonderful run. Congratulations to our winners and all our podium sitters, and to everyone who took part. And for everyone who watched the stream as well, thank you very much. But from me and the entire team here, and it's not having the interviews because it's okay. I would have allowed you to use your long expletive button if in the comms box for a couple of minutes if it made you feel better. But yes, from me and the team, we will jump off for now, and we will definitely catch you for the MX5s tomorrow. In the meantime, have a good one. Catch you later, and good night.